Good evening, everyone. It's the 6th of February, 2024. The word shepherd is mentioned in the Bible 42 times. And if we look at the word shepherd, the definition of shepherd is one who tends and guards and cares, protects and guides the sheep. A shepherd is one who tends, herds, feeds and guards sheep. To lead sheep somewhere, to protect the sheep, to watch over the sheep, to provide for the sheep's needs. You know, John 10:11 says, I am the good shepherd, and the good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. So a good shepherd will lay down his life for his sheep. You know, we never see any reference to the shepherd leading the goats or taking care of the wolves or taking care of the other wild animals. The specific purpose of the shepherd is to guard and care for and feed the sheep. Zechariah 13:7 says, Awake, O sword, against my shepherd and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts, Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn mine hand upon the little ones. Ezekiel 34:23, And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. Of course, we see in Psalm 23, The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. 1 Peter 2:25, For ye were as sheep going astray, but are now returned unto the shepherd and bishop of your souls. John 10:14, I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. 1 Peter 5:4, And when the great shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Matthew 9:36, When he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad, as sheep having no shepherd. John 10:2, But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. Matthew 25:32, And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. Matthew 14:27, Jesus saith unto them, All ye shall be offended because of me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. Hebrews 13:20, Now the God of peace that brought again from the dead our Lord Jesus, that great shepherd of the sheep, through the blood of the everlasting covenant. Mark 6:34, And Jesus, when he came out, saw much people and was moved with compassion toward them, because they were as sheep not having a shepherd, and he began to teach them many things. Well, there's many instances where not only in the New Testament, but the shepherd is referred to. And we can always see the shepherd is representative of Christ. Jeremiah 31:10, Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it as isles afar off, and say, He that scattereth Israel will gather them, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. Isaiah 40 verse 11, He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. Zechariah 11:16, Lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land, which shall not visit those that be cut off, neither shall seek the young one, nor heal that is broken, nor feed that standeth still, but he shall eat the flesh of the fat, and tear their claws in pieces. John 10:12, But he that is a hireling, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. Ezekiel 34:12, As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep, and will deliver them out of all places where they have scattered in the cloudy and dark day. Well, it's a wonderful picture to see Christ as being the great shepherd of the sheep. It's a great picture to see Christ as a shepherd of the sheep. He says, My sheep know my voice, and they follow me, and no man will pluck them out of my hand. The 10th chapter of John is a great chapter to read, referring to Jesus as the great shepherd. He says not only that he knows his sheep, he says he lays down his life for his sheep. And he says, Other sheep have I which are not of this fold, them I must also bring, referring to the Gentiles. And anyway, this is a great chapter that refers to the great shepherd of the sheep. He says, He that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same as the thief and the robber. It says, To him the porteth open, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. He actually named all of his elect. They were written in the Lamb's Book of Life from before the foundation of the world. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. Verse 4. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. Well, I'm the good shepherd, and good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. Verse 11. Verse 14, I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. Verse 15, as the Father knoweth me, even so now I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. What a picture we have of the great shepherd. And he always finds the lost sheep, because he's the shepherd of his sheep. May the good Lord be with you today in a special way is my prayer, and let us always remember we have a great shepherd to lead us by still waters and restore our soul. Surely goodness and mercy will follow all of his sheep all the days of his life, and they will dwell in the house of the shepherd forever. God bless.